Welcome to the Art Cityscape Podcast, the official podcast of Springville City, Utah, where we publish important information and insightful interviews for the benefit of our citizens. Josh, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us and to bring us up to date on some of the things that are going on in Springville. So maybe first of all, why don't you introduce yourself, and then I'll ask you some questions and you can answer them. So.
All right. Thanks, Mayor. I'm Josh Yost. I'm the Community Development Director. Our department handles planning, city planning, basically what goes where and what our plans for the future are. We handle building, permitting, and plan review. Anything that gets built, we work on that, and we also do all of the business licensing in the city.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate all that you do. You do a tremendous amount of work for the city, and you've got some great employees, and so we're very grateful for everything that you do. So let me just ask some very direct questions about some properties, and maybe you can answer them and kind of bring the citizens up to date. So the city's involved in a general plan. They don't know what that is. Why don't you explain what a updated general plan is, what the purpose for it is, the process, kind of where we are in the process, and really how they can get involved in it.
The general plan is the top-level policy document for the city. It describes for really everything we do as a city where we are now, where we want to be over a 20-year planning horizon, and what we need to do to get there, including land use, essentially what is where, what kind of housing we have, and businesses and industries, open spaces, parks and recreation amenities, our transportation system, our utility system, and all the other services that make Springville great, like our library and our museum. So all those are involved in a general plan, and it helps us make all of our decisions all the way down the organization to, what kind of manholes we put on our sewer system based on this overall policy vision.
So if somebody came and said, I wonder what Springville is going to be like in 5 years or 10 years, they could take this general plan, read it, and understand our thoughts in relationship to zoning and businesses and water and all that sort of stuff. It's the overarching document that you and I kind of follow.
Yes, it sets the policy vision direction for the city.
Wonderful.
That filters down through everything.
So we're in the process of revising that, or at least updating it. So talk us through kind of that process and where we're at now.
We're about 12 years out from adopting our current general plan, so it's been a while. Mm-hmm. We're a little behind the curve on our update schedule. So this update is pretty comprehensive. We're taking a full look top to bottom at the plan and really overhauling it to make sure that it represents, that it's still accurate about where we want to go, and it evaluates accurately where we are today and understands the current world of planning and city building to know how to get to where we want to be. So we've retained a great consultant team to help us and have a community board that was put together at your request, and really it's part of your vision to help integrate our citizens into this process so it can really be a citizen-driven document. We've had some data gathering or public engagement elements that we've done so far. We've interviewed a number of small groups and property owners and city departments with our consultant team so they can understand them better. We've had our community board review existing conditions memos that the teams put together, and spent a lot of time collaborating on helping them understand Springville. We had a big public engagement open house at Spring Canyon Middle School where we had over 100 people come and share with us their ideas for the future of Springville, what's important to them, what they're concerned about, and prioritize their visions across all those elements we talked about of the plan. We've also done a survey that's received about 300 responses, which was a lot less than we hoped. So we're still working on trying to find ways to get the website, the survey information out to people so that they can have their voice recorded as we make the assumptions to determine where we are right now. And to make good assumptions, we need lots of data.
So, Josh, how important is it for a citizen to get involved?
Only if they care about what the city's going to be in the future.
And so is this an avenue? Many times you and administration and me as mayor, we get people who complain about things. Is this an opportunity for them to be able to be part of an
Absolutely.
answer to some of the questions they have?
And this is a point where complaints are great because it tells us where the issues are when we have the opportunity to work proactively to address those. It's great to hear what people value and what they would like to see in a future. So all of those data points are really important so that we can know what's important, what matters to people in Springville today in 2024. Because the last time we spent a lot of time asking was before 2012.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also important to know how people say, well, my voice, they'll never listen to it and that sort of thing. And that's actually one thing that I've learned and you experience on a daily basis. Citizens' input is important.
Absolutely.
And we want them to share those thoughts and feelings. And they have a perspective that we don't have. So many times people say, well, the mayor, this is what he wants, or the city council, this is what they want. And while there are some areas where that's true, this general plan is really the building body that we follow and adhere to from one council to another. Have I assessed that correctly?
Absolutely. This is the opportunity for city staff, our consultant team, and citizens to really co-create in such a way that we have solutions that provide gains for everybody. It's really hard when we're all the way down the road and we're adopting a plat that meets zoning that was adopted based on the policies in a general plan for somebody to come in and say, hey, I don't like this. This doesn't feel of Springville to me. Well, at that point, all we can say is, does the subdivision meet the code or not? And so people feel like, oh, well, I went and complained about the subdivision, but they said they couldn't do anything. But at the beginning of the general plan, we can take all of that understanding of what makes Springville, what's important to us, and set the mold that will affect the policy, the regulatory direction of the city for decades.
So our plea simply is get involved.
Please.
Please get involved. And we want that input. It's very critical. Changing subjects, bring us up to date on the Allens block, what you hear, what you know, what's happening there.
What do you hear? What do you know? The Allens block has submitted and had approved a site plan basically more than a year ago. So that is the approval to develop the site. They have submitted their first building permit to actually do vertical construction to build a building on that site. But we really haven't seen much other than that. The application has been kept alive. The approvals are still valid, but it just seems that with the current market in terms of financing, investment, construction, all of those, the stars have not yet aligned to actually...
For the
owners of the project to get over the hill and down the other side to actually bringing equipment to the site and tearing down buildings and putting in water lines and building stuff.
And I had a citizen ask me, are there time limits in relationship to these approvals? And the answer is?
The answer is yes. The approved site plan is valid for a year, and they, in that year, our code requires the applicant or the developer to submit a building permit and have that be accepted. And they did that before the year was up, so they are able to maintain their site plan. But what doesn't change is that the zoning that permitted that development, that they designed that site plan to, that is there. That's been adopted by the council. And for that to change, the council would have to take formal action again to change that.
Right.
And there may be some desire, if this immediate, approved project goes away, to reevaluate some of those decisions or make some tweaks and improvements, especially as we go through this general plan and zoning overhaul to make sure that it's still what we want 5 years in, almost. But unless the council proactively takes action to change it, that zoning stays in place and somebody can come in and give us another plan.
But the city itself is comfortable with the developer. We've had a good relationship with them, and we like them. And we just wish them that the economics can be in a position where they can start to do something. So, very good. So, Josh, let me ask you one last question. There's lots of questions, but why don't you bring the citizens up to date in relationship to the station area plan, where the front runner will be extended from Provo to Payson? And, what the thoughts are in relationship to that ground that's going to be around the station, what the state has required of the cities to do, and then kind of what your thoughts are.
Great. Yeah. There's great progress there, and I'm happy to report that after having planned for Frontrunner in this location for 20 years, that I'm very, very confident to tell the citizens that in the next 20 years we will have Frontrunner.
Good.
Now, to get ready for that, the city has undertaken a station area plan, which is really a exercise we've done one or two times before. And this time, the impetus was some requirements that came in from the state for municipalities with what they call fixed guideway rail or fixed guideway transit facilities. So something that runs on a track or in a special lane, not just a bus route, a surface street bus route. So because we have the anticipation of having a front runner, a heavy rail, commuter rail station here, we were able to quickly utilize some funding that UTA had to put a team together to help us do a plan for that area, both to verify and update our previous planning for the area and to meet the requirements of this new state code. So what we've done is evaluate what was already on the books in that area, what the development potential is in the area, what our citizens and our elected officials feel is appropriate, and what our capacities in terms of utilities and roads and other things are for that area. And through that process, we've come up with an updated look at that area, which proposes a mix of housing ranging from smaller single-family housing on a single-family lot through townhomes and cottages and small condo buildings, fourplexes, duplexes, up to multi-story apartment or condominium residential buildings. Also with substantial opportunity for additional retail and service commercial, and if the market at some point desires, we have room to accommodate office and entertainment and other types of uses in that area. We've evaluated the infrastructure capacity. We're now working with UTA as they go through some federal processes to kind of define the project, to get it ready to go ask for money, to see how the footprint of how they view the station could affect the area, where we need roads, where we need utilities, all of those things, and to bring a plan forward to the Planning Commission, the City Council, that sets that vision. We've taken it to the Community Board, and before we get it to the Planning Commission, we're working on making a couple edits to the proposal to make it more in line with the overall vision for the area, kind of shifting some stuff around, massaging the plan a little bit to make sure that it really reflects what we value in Springville.
So if a citizen wants to give some input, the next step would be at the Planning Commission level for them to come out and say, this is my town, this is kind of what I want, and the Planning Commission does an evaluation of their thoughts and feelings and can say yay or nay or add their input and that sort of thing. And an interesting question that most citizens say, well, my opinion doesn't matter. Does their opinion, could it actually change something?
Absolutely.
I endorse that, and I just want to emphasize that to the citizens that that you can make a difference in your input. So,
and what I've found, and I'm learning more and more as we do these plans, that if we can have people come and tell us what is important to them or what worries them, then we can really have productive conversation about how to make a plan that works for everybody. When we start those kind of conversations with, I don't want this. Well, okay.
What do you want?
So starting with those, the positions, like this is what I have to have or what I can't have or what I hate. Sometimes it's hard for us to be productive with, but if we can understand what's important, what are the real core interests that a citizen has that something in the plan either advances or they feel threatened by, then we can have a really good conversation. And I haven't had, even in really sometimes adversarial instances, somebody come in and talk to me about a plan or a process, not in the city council meeting, not in planning commission, not when, emotions are high and a decision is being made, but to come in and really just have a dialogue. I haven't had a single instance where I'd have somebody walk out the door that didn't feel better about the proposal or at least heard or better understand it, and that I didn't better relate to them as a person instead of just somebody at the microphone that's mad about something we're doing. It's been really productive.
And I think that this is a very reflective of the way we like Springville to be. This isn't national politics where there's just polarization. This is, we want your input. You're us. This is our town.
I'm going to see you at the grocery store.
That's
so
right.
Let's
That's
chat.
Right. Let's figure this thing out. So, well, wonderful. Any last words at all, Josh?
Please head to the Springville website. On the front page, and one of those tiles is a tile that says General Plan. Click on that. It'll take you to the website that has every document release is on there. The survey is still up. Anytime we schedule a meeting or a public event, it will show up on there. Or just go to your favorite search engine and type in Springville General Plan and get us your information, and we'll keep you up to date.
Very good. Well, thank you. Appreciate you taking time.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.